Alright, so to begin, you have your title. Your title is supposed to be clear. It has to explain what did you do and what is the impact you think that your project will have, followed by the upper left-hand corner, you have your purpose, hypothesis. I have my abstract down here that was required by my science fair to be in this specific location, materials, procedures, results, discussion, and conclusion. In this video, we'll be covering what exactly makes a good title, and in the future series, we'll be talking about the different aspects of a science board. So let's get started. Alright guys, what's up? It's Carlos. Starting a playlist of how to make a good science board. This science board, I mean, you can roast the hell out of it. It's been a while. This was done, I think, my sophomore year in high school. I managed to go to the regional science fair where I placed 3rd place for environment and sustainability. I believe that was a category. And I was able to also get this award from like Arizona State University. So, I mean, you can roast the hell out of this board, but it got its job done. One of the key components I want to mention in this short video is if you're that person who's waiting for like last minute hope the day before. So this might be a good video because it's going to be short. But also if you're trying to go to like the next level with science fair, whether it's regional or ISF. ISF, I'll drop the link below as to what that is for those of you who don't know. I actually didn't know about that. I just wanted to compete at the regional level. That's like a really big science fair, so I'll put that in the description. For you to have a good board, honestly, the aesthetics don't matter as much. I mean, you've seen those try-hard boards, believe me. I've seen them too at science fairs and they've scared the crap out of me. But props to that person. I mean, they for sure had a mentor or some sort of researcher, or they just went to a really good school and really did a very complex science project. But honestly, it doesn't take all that to win. I mean, if you're one of those students, by all means, like, congrats. I would have done the same if I was in your position. For those of you who don't have those resources and it's just like searching up on YouTube, for sure you need a good title, a title that stands out, relays the message of what your what your project is. I mean, if it was literally just saying what surface an egg will break, you should just have a title that informs about that. Pause. So what do I mean by that? Essentially, you want to have a title that conveys what your project did. In my case, I created this pot, this highly advanced pot that would allow crops to grow, especially in areas where there were droughts or, for example, not a good soil system. So I called it a 3D extracellular matrix. I made it sound fancy, but that's warning. That does catch the judge's attention, but at the same time, you don't want something that is too extravagant or not related to your project, because as soon as they start reading your board, they'll see that that was not your project. Then you want to keep it minimum like 2 sentences. So my following sentence was, the future of plant growth and sustainability, or something like that. The point of that is basically for judges to know, oh, okay, so this is exactly like where his project is heading. So you want a title that basically conveys what you did and what you think the impact of that project will be. So then as soon as the judges get to your board, they're interested in learning more of how exactly is that possible. So that being said, the content that really matters is you need a good title. You need a purpose, hypothesis. You need materials, procedures. You need results, discussion, and conclusion. Now in the lower left part of this board, I had this paper of abstract and certification that was required by my professor. So if this is the day before you're doing this board, or if you're doing ahead, make sure you get a rubric from your professor or from a regional science fair. It is highly likely, though, that if your board might go to the regional science fair, your professor might be using their rubric. However, if this is just a in-school science fair that you guys are having, just ask your professor. But in the next series of videos, I'll be going into what will make a good purpose, a good hypothesis, how to correctly write materials, procedures, your results, discussion, and conclusion. Hey, thank you so much for checking out this video. For more exclusive content, make sure to subscribe. And also make sure to visit our website at www.SciTeens.org, where you can find more blogs, articles, and also create your project page to receive mentorship, whether that is for a high school science fair competition or a personal project that's related to STEM. Thank you again, and see you in next week's video.